Hello and welcome back to another one of Paul's beer reviews. Hope you're doing well. I've got a Doppelbock to review for you, and if you're thinking, what is a Doppelbock? Well, essentially a Doppelbock is a double version of a bock. And if you're now wondering what's a bock is essentially a dark lager. It's a bottom fermented lager that usually ferments longer, and they give you more of a malty taste. This is a doppel version of that. Bocks usually range between 6 and 7 degrees. A doppel usually about 8, and I've got a special one. It's from the Aecht Schlenkerla brewery in I've forgotten where they are now, Bamberg in Germany. And Aecht Schlenkerla are known for their smoked malts. So this is their Aecht Schlenkerla Eiche Doppelbock, coming in at 8% ABV. This beer was kindly given to me by my friend Chris from Chris's Beer Reviews. Check out his channel if you haven't subscribed already. Top bloke, bloody good beer reviewer, and he's had this one before. I hadn't. I was round at his place in his pub shed a couple of weeks back having a few beers, and I spotted this one on the shelf, and I said, I need to buy one of those. And he said he can have this one. So he plunked it in front of me, and he wouldn't let me say no. He wouldn't take no for an answer. So I said I'll review it for you. So yeah. So this one's even got the Schlenkerla man on the bottle cap. So the legend of the Schlenkerla man is slightly unfortunate. It was a guy who apparently had an accident at the brewery years ago. And after that, he developed a bit of a funny walk. I think I've told this story before in another video. He developed a bit of a funny walk after an accident at the brewery. And people apparently used to say, oh, let's go down to the brewery in Bamberg and go see the Schlenkerla guy. And then it then stuck because people would go and have a few smoked malt beers and end up walking in a similar fashion to the Schlenkerla guy. So it stuck. So we've got, a bloke with a walking stick and a beer in his hand. So, yeah. So what's it say about this beer? It says, while for the classic Aecht Schlenkerla Rauch beer, traditionally beech has been and still is used, the malt for the Schlenkerla oak smoke is kilned with oak wood. The resulting Schlenkerla oak smoked malt has a smoother and more multi-layered smoky note than the intensely aromatic beech smoked malt. The hence complex smokiness in this double bock is paired with the multifaceted bitterness of finest aroma hops. With 8% alcohol and amber colour, it matures for months in the 14th century brewery cellars into a special treat for smoke beer lovers. As one of the last traditionally made smoked beers, Aecht Schlenkerla is a passenger in the arc of taste by slow food. Ingredients: water, barley, malt and hops. So yeah, 500ml bottle. I know for a fact that Chris bought this one from Trembling Madness, who's got some wonderful beers. So let's quit waffling, get this into my glass and see what we're dealing with. And straight away, it looks absolutely glorious. Dark lager, essentially, is what it is. Look at that. All right, let's leave that bottle there so we can all see it. There she is, in a glass. Give it a dink. Any excess bubbles that might be sticking to the side of the glass. There she is. It's Doppelbock from Aecht Schlenkerla. Ruby, dark red, dark gold, coppery colour. It's got barely half a finger, slightly off-white head. Let's get me starting. Smoked sausages. It smells like barbecue. Smoked meats. Touch of dark fruit. It's like smoked meats and raisins. Sultanas, bacon. It smells freaking glorious. I'm going to get stuck in. Cheers. Oh, Christ. So it's been a couple of weeks since I've done a beer review. I've been so busy with a new job. I just haven't had time to actually sit down and chat to you guys. To come back, I wanted to come back with a good beer. I wanted to sit down and drink a really good beer with you guys. And yeah, I think I've hit the nail on the head with this one. It's so smoky. The smoked malts for me are coming through on this more than they do on their Marzen, which is probably the most readily available, most popular beer. It's quite boozy. You are getting that 8% ABV. There is a slight warming, boozy character to it. There's a slightly sort of dark fruit, resinous aspect to it. It's dark fruit, sort of figs, a bit of plum, raisins, sultana. But you're really getting the smoke. The smoke malt on this one is really pronounced. And there's a warming, slightly sweet, definitely sort of dark fruit flavour. Back of my palate, back of my neck. The body's quite light. Good levels of carbonation in it. It's got a bit of a gentle fizz. And I think that really heightens the smoked malt flavour. It's roasty, it's big, bang. And I think that just enhances that dark fruit. And it makes, I think it makes it feel boozier. It's got a long aftertaste, this beer. It's like a touch of caramel to it. It's developing, as all good beers should. It's developing. I'm getting more and more aspects to this beer now as I drink it. It's smoky, it's fruity, it's caramelly, like burnt caramel. Oh, I was going to swear. It's glorious. It is absolutely delicious. That is such an experience. It's like a strong ale. It's like a strong ale. I think it might have been brewed using a bit of ale yeast. I'm not too sure. But it's like a strong ale. There's almost like a barley wine element to it as well. It's quite sweet. It's quite sweet. It's fruity, but that smoked malt really makes it quite complex. And your palate can't quite decide which direction it's going in. It's delicious. You're getting that 8%. It's boozy. It is boozy. The head has dissipated and now it's completely gone. It looks like a barley wine now. That looks like a barley wine in a glass, or like an ESB. It's like ESB cranked up using smoked malts. It's fruity. It's slightly roasty finish to it. That bacony roast sausage, pork sausage, like barbecued pork sausage element. If you've never had a Schlenkerla beer, do it. It's a proper experience. The first time you try a smoked malt beer, you kind of think, what is going on here? What is this about? So I've had their Marzen, I've had their Hells. This is the first time I've had their Doppelbock. And it is this like barley wine. There's like strong bitter, strong ale elements. There's that lager element from the body. The way it kind of washes round your palate. Oh. And it really lingers. And that slightly sweet, dark fruit, boozy finish, coupled with that smoked malt, it's like a smoky barley wine. It's more of a smoked barley wine than a smoked lager for me. It's delicious either way. Whatever it's trying to do, it's bloody delicious. Aecht Schlenkerla Eiche with their Doppelbock, 8% ABV. You can get it on Trembling Madness. Chris, thanks again, buddy, for letting me have this one and reviewing it for you. It's a worldie. It's a 10 out of 10. That is a proper top class German beer experience. I recommend everyone tries that one. glorious beer. If you like your smoked malt beers, this is a must. 10 out of 10 for me. What a beer to come back with. Thank you for your patience. I know I've not been around for a little while, but we are back. That's a worldie. Go out and try it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you have. Till my next one, you take care.